What's up, YouTube? This is Sakito Detso here, and I'm back after my break from the game. Just had some school and family stuff to go through, so it was kind of hard to find opportunities to play. I ended up selling a bunch of stuff, which is really sad, but I was trying to get back into it, which is cool. So, managed to get this wind-up deck off my friend Graham, or Zeromus555. You've probably heard of him. Took it to locals last week and ended up going top 8 out of a locals of 20 people, which is like not great, I know, but wind-ups. I think I 2-0'd everything except Shadal's, which I played against twice and lost spectacularly both times. So yeah, the Shadal matchup is extremely hard, as is the Stellar Knight matchup. I guess Burning Abyss too. This deck is not even on the tier list. It's very low down, but it's really fun. I had lots of fun with it. I'm gonna go through the deck and explain some of the things that I played. Alright, starting off playing the triple wind-up shark. Just finding the best placement. There we go. Wind-up shark. He specials himself when wind-up is normal summoned. You guys all played during the wind-up format. You know how this thing works. He changes himself to 3 or 5, so that's really cool. Then we're playing 3 wind-up rabbit. He dodges pretty much everything. He forces out a warning if your opponent has it, so that's cool. He can also be used to banish your magician if you have him on board with rabbit to avoid some kind of effect that would destroy him or an attack. So then magician can return and use his effect again, so that's cool. Then for the last 3 we're playing 3 wind-up rat because he's a little wolf bark and we love him for that. For the 1 we're playing 1 wind-up magician because he does the OTK and he basically starts all of your combos with shark. And 1 wind-up warrior for the Invoker play. That's all the wind-ups we played. You don't need to play any more than that. More warrior is bad, and kitten is kind of cool, but the only problem with it is that you can't exceed with it unless you use warrior to make it level 3. That's just kind of a waste. For other monsters, we played 2 rainbow kuriboh. Okay, people are just gonna be like, what, when they see this. Basically, why I put this in, there's no actual real theory behind it. I had 38 cards in the deck. I didn't want to play upstarts because wind-ups can't do an OTK that does more than 8,000, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm like, hey, I want to stop attacks. I'm going to put in some rainbow kuribohs. I put this in over Battle Fader and Swift Scarecrow because of its effect, its secondary effect, where it can special summon itself from the grave to absorb an attack. So if you're left on board with a rabbit and a factory and this thing engraved and they go to attack the rabbit, you can banish the rabbit, trigger the factory, then special summon this guy to absorb the attack so you don't take the direct damage, which is cool. He was really techie pick. I ended up rainbow kuribohing a Winda until I got the resources to Castel it. That was against the first game against the Shadal player. We both opened like really bad, but I would have won that game if that Castel had resolved because I was gonna put that window back into the extra deck, but I couldn't because he bottomlessed it, and that really sucked, and then I lost. But other than that, Rainbow Kuriboh was pretty funny all day. Rainbow Kuriboh to Judgment Dragon, so they couldn't attack for a game, and then pretty much if you can Rainbow Kuriboh a big monster, then do an OTK play next turn with Volcasaurus, or even just make a Volcasaurus, and then crash that monster into the graveyard, and then they take the damage that you would have taken, plus you have Rainbow Kuriboh in the grave to absorb an attack from a rabbit, like I just said. That's really cool. And then wrapping up the monsters is 2 cardcar because consistency. That's all for the monsters. Moving on to the spells. Triple wind-up factory, really good, searches out your combo pieces, and it's excellent. 3 potted duality for consistency reasons. People are playing 2, but I felt that with everything else being so fast now, you have to at least open with a rabbit factory just to get your plays going. If you're fortunate fortunate enough to open a rabbit double factory, then you can banish rabbit once and then search out the magician shark, at which point the rabbit will return next turn and you'll be in a good position. So I wanted to do that as often as possible. I couldn't play upstarts like I said, since I didn't want to give my opponent the extra life points so I couldn't OTK them, because basically this deck, it does what it does just once, and it doesn't really have the resources to go back and do it again, especially if you've already fished out all your stuff, all your sharks out of the deck. And I mean, you can do little plays with rat and stuff, but any kind of secondary big push you do won't be as effective as the first, so you have to do the first one. Well, 2 messenger piece. This was really, really good all day. Only sucked against the Shadal player, where I ended up losing game 2 because I messengered him and he ended up summoning a bunch of the little ones, and then which all got under messenger and then attacked me for games. That was kind of stupid and I was salty. 3 MST to destroy back row. Now more than ever, it's more important to hit back row in the end phase before they get the chance to activate it. I'm talking like Sinister Shadow games and stuff. All the Vanity's Emptiness, which will screw you up. So 3 MST is good. 1 Dark Hole and 1 Book of Moon. Originally I was playing a Soul Charge. I cut it out because it was terrible. Basically the only thing you're going to want to Soul Charge is like a rabbit, or like, because if you Soul Charge the Magician back, the only time you really want Magician is to go for like a big damage push, where you'd use like Papi to abuse the rabbit, the rat and stuff. But when you Soul Charge, you can't use your battle phase, so that was a huge downside. Now you have to protect the stuff for another turn, and now you're like forced to make things like Mech-Whipped Angineer, which you wouldn't want to make anyway, because it's not part of the play you're going to do, just so you can survive to the next turn. Now you've used up your resources doing something that you don't need, so that's why I took it out. Plus it was a dead draw a lot of the time. Oops, I'll just take my spells first, if that's okay. There we go. For traps, playing 3 Fiendish Chain, because stopping attacks is very, very excellent, and very good. And then for last effect negation, we played 1 Breakthrough Scale, just because I felt like you needed the extra thing. Also, just the combination of the 2 is really good. Obviously, this can like get around Gaios and stuff, and then Fiendish Chain is just good to stop the attacks. Like, Fiendish Chain is really good against Yamato, because if Fiendish Chain him, he can't attack, and he can never dump. So it's not like Breakthrough Skill. Breakthrough Skill does last until the end of the turn, but Yamato can still poke over your guys, and that sucks, because none of your guys are very big. I mean, Rabbit's really the only one that's going to be standing alone there, and he's only 1400, so I think stopping the attacks is really important, but the Breakthrough Skill was also there to negate things like I said, like Yamato, Gaios, Judgment Dragon, Winda if I have to, because if you can just like do stuff, it's cool. Breakthrough was good. Staple Shop's playing Torrential, Bottomless, Warning, and Compulse. Those are all really good, no complaints. If you have Factory, Rabbit, and you Torrential, you're a happy man. And Compulse is good against Shadals and stuff. 2 Wiretap to negate things that they try to activate on me that I couldn't pop with MST. And then 2 Deprison to remove stuff like the hands, which are stupid, and we're good. That's traps. Moving on to the extra deck. I'm going to start with the rank 3s. We're playing 1 Offizier Zenmaines, or zenmaines, that was good. Playing 1 Alucard, was good. 1 Invoker, it was good. 1 Leviair, I didn't make it, but in theory it's good. 1 Leviathan, it was good to just run over stuff. No complaints there. And then the 1 Mech-Whipped Angineer, just for if you need to protect something. Sometimes you can go into a play where you have Mech-Whipped Angineer and Volcasaurus. So that was really cool to make that, because then they can't destroy the Volcasaurus and use its effect again. Moving on to the 4s, we'll play 101. I played Castel over Exciton because your Shadal matchup is so bad, and Winda can't be destroyed by your card effects. So I felt like Castel was a better choice. Also, you're going to have factory on board a large percentage of the time, and you don't really want to blow that up. Photon Papi to do the OTK. Abyss Dweller against Hands, Mermails, Boojin, all that stuff. One Cowboy because it's there because it can win games, which I did use against Lightsworn player. And then the one Diamond Direwolf because going, if you have a returning rabbit and you can do just, or you can just do Magician Shark into rabbit, make Diamond Dire, pop the rabbit, rabbit dodges, destroy something else. And then if you have a factory, obviously you can trigger it, and it's good. It just can blow up stuff, and it's basically for free. And then the 2 5s I played were Volcasaurus and Tiras. I would have liked to play a zenmaines. There were some situations where it would have been okay, but I don't know, I was happy with these two. I made Volcasaurus a lot, made Tiras against a Fire Fist player. He had a bear and a tanky and a setback row. I just attacked with the Tiras, destroyed the bear, and then destroyed the back row face down with his effect, and it was like a wiretap, so that was cool. So yeah, they were really good. If I had a zenmaines, I'd probably try to fit it in, but it wasn't necessary at this time. And then the last monster we played was Gaia Dragon, which I did make a fair bit. Anyway, yeah, that's the deck profile of the wind-up deck, which I took to locals last week. Please let me know what you think of the deck in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my channel for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and this is Akido Detzel, out.